I decided, as I was using our own production company, that it would be a good idea to go into detail on what I thought were the ideas behind our production company, so that when, say, if we'd use something like Warner Brothers, we can just look up their film history and see how it worked well with our film. So I decided to make my own sort of history of the production company, so that then I could link it to our film and show that I've gone into detail over the company and not just looked at the analysis of the name. So I've said that it's an English production company and it specialises specifically in films, but it's also branched out to music, the music industry, and also television programmes. I've also said that the company is well known for the film noir genre, as well as other genres such as thrillers, comedies and romance. So all again links with neo and film noirs, as they've all got these genres within them. So when an audience sees the advert or advertisement for a film such as our one and sees Mortel Productions, they know that it's linked to films with those sort of genres in them, so it sort of gives the target audience an idea of what the film's going to be like, so they go and see it. I've also said it was founded this year and that it's also linked to television programmes that involve crime and thrillers, so again you've got the genres that link with the film noir in there, looking more at the corrupt side. I've also said that it's linked to actors such as Hannah Reynolds, so I know I've made this up as she was one of the actors in our films, but in a lot of ideas with the media, once you have someone or sort of company, they're a lot of the time linked to certain actors. So if you look at the director Tim Burton, he's linked to Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp as his actors in his films, and a lot of the time when you hear his name, you know one of them are going to be in his film, so you know it's going to have very good acting in it. I decided to have Hannah added to our link to our company, so you know that you've got very good acting like she is in our film. I've also said with its link to the music, soundtracks that are in jazz sort of genre fit well with this production company and are known to go with them. So again, you've got the link with film noirs. There's a lot of the old-fashioned sort of films had this sort of jazz, relaxed music as it linked with the femme fatale to show her sort of seductive and relaxed manner that she had. So it all fits really well. As well as that, so as I have already done in my other videos, the analysis of actual motel, meaning deadly in French, links with old-fashioned film noirs again, as they started off in France, and also deadly links with the sort of plots that you get in film noirs, femme fatales being deadly and manipulating their male characters in the film. And also just the style, which I've also already spoken about, and the fact that I made it into a typewriting font and just simple black and white. It's quite simplistic and easy to do, so it's quite different to a lot of production companies, as they normally have some sort of detail in them. So I decided to compare my production company to a few other company videos I found that were shown at the beginning of different films. So in Focus Features opening for their logo, you've got the really powerful music, and also you've got the lights in the background of like blues and golds, and it all links with the colour of the text you've got and the blue line underneath the two words. So all the colour scheme works well together. I also like the use of the powerful music, sort of makes it quite effective and it draws your attention to it, so you know the film's about to start. But with ours, I just like the way it's quite simple and the basic sound of a typewriter that you can hear in the background, so you know it's still the beginning of something, but it's very simple and basic, and it's just doesn't take away too much from the opening of the film. So here you've got MGM's production logo. Again, it's quite an elaborate logo which contrasts quite a lot with our one. It's a real iconic production logo as well, so you've got the real loud roar of the lion, and you know when you see this sound in the beginning of a film, you know it's this production company. They're sort of known for it. So you've got the big imagery of the lion in the middle to show that the sort of power, and the lion sort of symbolises control and power that the production company has, and it's sort of quite intimidating for the audience, but again very iconic. Everything else is in gold. You've got the logo, and in fact the lion's in that sort of a logo sort of badge, a sort of memorabilia type look about it. It all just looks very powerful and strong to show the sort of film you're going to watch and the sort of logo it is and links to. It contrasts quite a lot with our one. Ours is quite delicate and simple, nothing as elaborate as that, so it's not as powerful, but it still has the same sort of effect, starting introducing the film. So this is a production logo for GK Films. Again, I picked this one because I thought it linked quite well with our production company. Unlike a lot of the others I've already shown you, they're very elaborate and big and grand, and have used a lot of technical elements to it and to make it quite effective, whereas this one's still as effective yet very simple. They've just moved the text in from an angle and had the effective music going along with it, so that it looked like it was moving with the music. You just got the bold GK and sort of a stone sort of colour, and then Films is a bit lighter, so it's less important as the name of the production company. It's just a simple text on the screen. You just have the light going across to give it a bit of extra, more elaborative effect, but it still gets the message across of the production company, and you're aware of the company running the film, and it's quite effective, and I think it links quite well with our production company and the idea just using the typewriter to bring the text in. Again, just tells you what you need to know. So that was the logo animation for Jerry Bruckheimer Films. Again, completely different to our production company. It was very fast paced, with a great impact. You sort of followed the camera going down a road at a very fast speed, so everything sort of rushed past the audience, and you just sort of could hear the lightning in the background and see the one single tree, which is sort of the imagery you get with this production company. So when you see a film and you see that, you know they're linked. So again, unlike ours, it's very detailed and elaborate, what the imagery you're seeing, and it sort of just is quite linked to their film company, and you know when you see that the name of the film company that's linked to it. Whereas with ours, just a simple typewriting sound I think would link in people's minds to our company name, as it's very different to anything else that I've actually found and is not used before because it's so simple. The reason I chose this animation to analyse was really the music in the background. So you just had the real loud, quite romantic sound in the background, which just caught your attention. So if you're sitting in the cinema and you hear that music, you know the film's about to start. So music really does have an impact on the logo you have in your film. So in our opening, you've got the typewriting sound in the background, but as well as that, you've actually got the sound of Lola singing, which is sort of the introduction to the film. So people might link those two together, and it sort of works quite well, sort of synchronising the start of the film. It's quite smooth in its transitions between the logo imagery to the opening scene of Lola standing and singing. Again, it's quite animated, this logo. They've gone into quite a lot of detail with the lighthouse and the light following it round to the text. I quite like that way the imagery comes through with the light, so you follow the light round with your eyes. So they thought about where the audience would be looking. And again, it's quite positive colouring in the image you've got there as well, with the blues, which are all symbolism of sort of happy, positive things. Nothing's very negative. Whereas ours is very simple and black and white, just giving it that old-fashioned feel. You know, you're going back a bit when you watch the film. to me this is one of the most famous production company logos I've seen of TriStar. You've got this one, and there's the Statue of Liberty Angel one they also do, which are very linked to them, and you know as soon as you see that imagery the production company it is. So again, a lot of these companies are known for their logo, so you can tell it's a very important part of their marketing to have a really good animation to go with their film. Otherwise people might not realise what production company it is, and filmmakers might not want to use them if it's not a very good logo. So again, the sort of imagery you get with this one, it's sort of heavenly, with you've got the big angel wings on the horse, sort of supernatural sort of idea up in the sky. What you're going to see is perfect type thing, which again gets the audience interested in the film. So again, our production company isn't as elaborate as this, as many of the others are, but I just like the way we're contrasting against these, making something new and different that audiences might not have seen before, and again this may draw their attention towards it rather than be bored by the same sort of big elaborate imagery they might have seen in other production company logos. So the last two logos you have seen are both for Miramax Film Productions. So you've still got the imagery of the New York skyline in both, so you've got that link. However, as you can tell, both the videos are very different in their style and genre. So the first one's a lot more relaxed, whereas the second one's got the rocky music in the background. So I just wanted to show you that production companies are adaptable, and they change to fit the genre of the film they're producing. So with our production company, we could easily change our logo to adapt to different films, so you're not stuck in that, restricted into that one type of genre. So we could change the sound in the background of the typewriter or the font or something, but still keep the sort of maybe typewriting feel to it, so you know that's linked to our production company. Like here, Miramax has still kept the New York skyline in the background, so you know they're linked to that imagery, and you still remember them as Miramax, even though it's a completely different genre and type of animation they've brought into it.